Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Love consists of a single soul inhabiting two bodies. In all things in nature there is something extraordinary. During the darkest times, we must focus on seeing the light. Not enough to win the war, it is more important to organize peace. The sign of an educated mind is being able to digest a thought without accepting it. It is possible to fail in many ways, while it is possible to succeed in only one way. He who has never learned to obey cannot be a good commander. He who will be a good ruler must first be ruled. Hope is a dream that awakens. Happiness is the expression of the soul in measured action. Happiness is placing the soul at the very right point. Friends holding mirrors, through the mirror they can see each other in ways that they themselves could not, and it is this reflection that helps them improve themselves as persons. Friendship is basically a partnership. The good habits formed in youth make all the difference. Fear is the pain that comes from the anticipation of evil. Happiness lies in activity. Happiness depends on ourselves. Change in everything is sweet. Pleasure at work puts perfection in work. It is easy to do good deeds, but not easy to get into the habit of doing them. Excellence is no accident. It is always the result of high intention, sincere effort, and intelligent action. It represents a wise choice of many alternatives. Choice, not accident, determines your destiny. Education is an ornament in prosperity and a refuge in trouble. Equality is reflected in the same treatment of unequal people. Even when laws have been written, they do not have to remain unchanging. Everyone can judge well the things he knows. Every bastard is not a thief, but every thief is a bastard. The beauty of the soul shines when a person endures trial after trial, not because he does not feel it, but because he is a person of high and heroic character. The difference between an educated person and a fool is the same as the difference between a living person and a corpse. We live in deeds, not years, in mind, not breath, in feelings, not in numbers. We have to count time by heart rate. He who is most alive thinks most, feels most glorious, acts best. The biggest thing so far is being a master of metaphors. It is one thing that cannot be learned from others, and it is also a sign of genius, for a good metaphor implies an intuitive perception of the similarity of the different. Thought energy is the essence of life. All humans, in essence, want to know. You will never do anything in the world without courage. These are the best qualities of thought along with honor. The gods also love jokes. I consider a man more courageous when overcoming his passions than he who conquers his enemies, because the hardest victory is over yourself. Quality is not an act, it is a habit. The republic declined to become a democracy and the democratic state degenerated into despotism. Teens these days are out of control. They eat like pigs, they have no respect for adults, they fight with their parents, and they terrorize their teachers. Something is infinitive. Considering quantity, we can always take something outside. Poverty is the mother of revolution and crime. The possibility and the impossibility is preferred over the impossible possibility. Poetry is more subtle and more philosophical than history, because poetry expresses the universal, and history is only particular. Righteousness demands that we respect truth above our friends. Of all kinds of virtues, liberalism is the most loved. Most people prefer to give rather than get affection. No one would choose a friendless existence on the condition of having everything else in the world. Nobody paid attention to petty crimes, but when they escalated, they hit the eyes right away. The stubborn can be divided into the indoctrinated, the stupid, and the rude. The actuality of thought is life. My best friend is the one who wishes me the best without expecting anything in return. Misfortune indicates those who are not true friends. Humans created gods in their own image, not only in form but also in terms of their way of life. Humans are more affected by fear than respect. Humans acquire certain qualities by continuously acting in certain ways. Humans are basically political beasts. Humans are goal-seeking animals. His life only has meaning if he reaches out and strives for his goals. Liars, when they speak the truth, are not believed. Criticism is something we can easily avoid by saying nothing, doing nothing, and becoming nothing. It's best to get up before dawn, as such habits contribute to health, wealth, and wisdom. Excellence is an art that is won by training and habituation. We don't act rightly because we have virtue or excellence, but we have because we acted right. We are what we repeatedly do. All human beings basically want knowledge. Anyone can get angry, that's easy. But getting angry with the right person and at the right level and at the right time and for the right purpose, and in the right way, is not in everyone's possession and is not easy. At best, man is the noblest of all animals. Apart from law and justice, humanity will be the worst. Courage is the primary human quality because it guarantees other qualities. Democracy is when the poor, and not those who own property, rule. Dignity is not earned by having honor, but worthiness in earning it. Character can almost be called the most effective means of persuasion. Making friends with everyone is like not being friends with anyone. The educated person is as different from the uneducated as life from the dead. The possibility of the impossibility is always preferable to the unconvincing possibility. The Constitution is the arrangement of judges in a country. So excellence is not an act but a habit. To write well, express yourself like an ordinary person, but think like a wise person. Or, think like a wise person, but speak like the average person. A happy life is a life in accordance with the values of virtue. It is a life that involves effort and is not spent on fun alone. The ideal human being endures life's misfortunes with dignity and grace, seeing the best of all situations. Educating the mind without educating the heart is not education at all. The proof that you know something is that you can teach it. All human action has one or more of these 7 causes: opportunities, qualities, compulsions, habits, reasons, desires. The purpose of art is not to represent outward appearances, but of intrinsic value significance. Wanting to be friends can be done quickly, but friendship is a fruit that ripens slowly. Aristotle.